these kinds of occurrences leave long-lasting effects on people's lives. And you wouldn't understand it unless you experience it.
Okay, clear for pulling into the luxury home furniture parking lot.
CNH1.
I grew up on the east side of Detroit, whereby there were special units of police who occupied our community, I would say, and they were violent. They often beat up black men, sometimes killing them. So I knew from a very young age that in order to be to travel or to live in a community, I had to be on the right side of the law. At least so I thought. I would have to have my papers in order. I would have everything have to be straight, because any encounter with the police can go wayward. It could possibly go wrong. So that from that experience, from growing up and knowing this, I always knew that I had to be law-abiding, stop at stop signs, red lights. I had to obey the law because I didn't want any unnecessary encounters with police, because I wouldn't want to be a victim of police brutality or even murder.
So I didn't want to do anything to show them that I was upset or displeased with what was going on. I just wanted to get out of the situation. And I'm sure we both were thinking the same thing, just to be nice, to be cordial, because I knew that any outburst or any sudden movement or anything that showed them that I was becoming more upset would completely change the outcome of the situation. It's my right to not, allow them to search my car. They asked me a question and I said, no, I don't consent. But they found a way around my right. I see a problem with that.
Well, I can drop what they want.
The traffic stop was, it was a violating experience. They completely went through all of our bags. They took our bags out of the car. The dog was inside of the car. It was traumatizing to watch them do this for no legitimate reason, for no reason that I could understand, and we weren't told. And things were just progressing without us really understanding what was going on. And it was just, a traumatizing experience for us to have to witness that. People will go up and down that street, and to have to stand there for someone to see us there, with us standing outside of the car with 3 police cars, that's embarrassing,
And some of our friends did see us.
And they did.
Yeah, they were going to my house. We had a meeting. We were going to meet them. And they saw us.
That's true, yeah. And my daughter's daycare is also down the street. I frequent
Let's
that
let 'em
area
out.
daily, so it's embarrassing to have to stand out there while they're searching with 2 canine police units.
So we wanted to make their jobs as light and as smooth as possible. And to be treated that way when, we try to make things easy for them as well as for ourselves. Because, again, we know that they have a rough job. Police officers have a rough job. And we understand this. And to be treated the way that we were, It was particularly insulting. In addition to being embarrassing, it was particularly insulting.
It's anxiety. It's my heart is racing. I'm sweating. I'm fearful. So that experience there is when I really realized this is worse than I thought.
Considering the fact that I don't have any warrants, I don't have any tickets, you would think that I wouldn't have anything to be worried about. However, there's that anxiety there. Whenever I see the police, whether they pull up beside me or behind me, I'm a bit nervous as a result of this experience. It's horrible. The drive to work, to and from work, is extremely excruciating because I'm never at ease. I'm always sitting like on pins and needles, looking over my shoulder, looking over bends, seeing if the police is ahead or behind me. But I'm looking at cars that aren't even police cars, thinking this may be an unmarked squad car. So I'm nervous. I'm anxious going to and from work all of the time. Anytime I drive, whether it's out in the street, whether I'm going to work, whenever I drive, I'm nervous. This type of trauma, I shouldn't have to live like this, and no one else should. These kinds of things, these kinds of occurrences leave long-lasting effects on people's lives, and you wouldn't understand it unless you experience it. These bad officers are enabled by the systemic racism that exists in these organizations. In my opinion, police officers should be the cream of the crop of society because they uphold and reinforce and support the law. If they don't follow the law themselves, then the entire society is lawless.
We know that there are many people who have had situations and encounters with the police similar to ours. However, they don't follow through with it. So we want to follow through with it because it's not just about us. We know it's a major problem in our communities. So we want to make sure that we can use what we've gone through to bring systemic change.